Please remember to check out our other videos and to click on the subscribe button and tap on the bell icon so you get notifications each time we upload another video. Good morning. This week I've been fortunate enough to have a drive of the Peugeot 2008 electric. We've had it just under a week, and so far my impressions are pretty good. It's a really nice car. It's a similar size to probably the MG ZS EV, so a decent sized car, enough space for a family, enough space for me and Florence and James anyway, at least. It's got a really nice front, I think. It doesn't look too EV-y. It's not got the blanked off grille like a lot of EVs do. And it's got the signature 3-bar LED headlights that Peugeots have. We drove the Mokka-e a while ago, and it is in between the Mokka-e, I'd say, and the MG ZS EV in size. This is the rear space. Just there. Around to the back so you can have a look. Nothing special about the back end, I don't think, but it's fine. So there's the boot. You've got your charging cable in there, and then just here you can lift up the floor, and you've got a little bit of extra space in there if you want to use it. It does have this really funky 3D dash, which I really like. It's sort of layered, and you can have different views as you're driving along. So this shows the energy use of the car, which you can also have on the main infotainment system, but if you choose to have it on there, you can. You've just got your standard dials, which probably I would just drive with. So you've got your speedo there. You can also, I think, have your navigation system on here, which that's pretty funky actually. I haven't used that yet, so I think that might be something that I have a go with later, just to see if that is useful, because I do like having a sat nav that's in my eye line, as opposed to having to look to the left, to the infotainment system, to be able to see where I need to go. So yeah, that's quite cool. Excuse the wires. So your gear selector looks like this, and it's just a case of pulling it back into drive, back again into B mode, and then up into reverse. It's fine. P for park, standard. So yeah, it's quite sturdy, which I quite like personally. So yeah, that's that. Storage wise, it's not too bad. You've got a couple of cup holders here. You've got reasonably decent space down here in your door cards if you wanted to pop another cup or a bottle, or you've just got storage. Let's have a look at the glove compartment just for a second. Standard. Yeah, so for some reason on Peugeots, Renaults, they have these really small glove compartments which are pretty much useless. Not the end of the world, but you know, it's always nice to have a bit of extra storage, isn't it? That's that. And then down here under the armrest you've got another little bit of storage which goes right down and right under here. I don't know if you can see that my hand has disappeared. So yeah, just right down into there. You could lose things down there, to be fair, but yeah, decent. So this is your reversing camera. Just give you a quick demo if I can, so you can see. You can't really see what I meant earlier. I was talking about how it elongates stuff, and you can't really see that on there. But just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Gives you a bird's eye view as well, which I actually quite like. I like a good bird's eye view of where I am. Everyone knows I'm hot on seats and comfort, and I really like these seats. They are manually adjustable and not electrically adjustable, but you can get them in a really good driving position, and it also has a built-in lumbar support, which I love. I could definitely spend a good amount of time sat on this seat and be comfortable on a long journey. And it's 3-stage heated seats for the passenger and the driver, so that is lovely. The seats also look really nice. They're like a part leather fake leather and part material, and they've got this nice strip and detail with some really lovely stitching running through it as well, and that stitching follows around the interior of the car onto the door cards and the door handle. So yeah, and the steering wheel. It's similar, I suppose, to the e2008 which we drove. There's a couple of things which aren't amazing, and I think that was the same on the e2008. They've got these kind of piano buttons on in the middle just here, and those alongside with some touch sensitive buttons can operate the initial controls on your infotainment system. So not a massive fan of those, but otherwise the rest of the interior is really nice. The other positive is it's a really smooth drive. It feels, I always say solid, but it does, it feels solid. It feels solid and smooth. So it's got 3 driving modes. It's got Eco, Normal and Sport. So as always, I'm driving in Eco because I want to test out, you know, how it will work in Eco. That's the one that's going to give us the best efficiency. So it's currently got 187 miles range. The chap at the garage who I spoke to said when it's fully charged, it's around about 209 miles. So I've not seen it that high yet, but 187 is still pretty good. And that's nearly fully charged. It's not far off being fully charged. In terms of the looks, I was really, really pleasantly surprised. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, you know, that's actually very nice. And I don't know if it was in the last Peugeot video that we did when I talked about how I've not really always been a fan of how Peugeots look, but this is really, really nice. It's got an SUV type style to it, and yeah, I think Florence is going to love it. Would you like to have one of these?
No.
No? So, apart from the fact it's not got a panoramic roof, I think she'll be very disappointed about. But I think you might be able to get that on the top spec. I can't remember. But it's really spacious in the front and pretty spacious in the back. So for a family, I think it will work quite well. Later on, I'll get Florence's car seat in. I just haven't got it in at the moment. And but I'll be picking her up in this later, so she'll be able to give you her opinion. After doing the Ioniq review not that long ago, one thing I'm really appreciating is that I can actually see out of the rear window. Really, really clear view. No issues there at all. So that's a nice change. I do like to be able to have good visibility. You've got a really nice driving position in terms of being high up from the road as well, if that makes sense. It just feels nice. Really impressed. I think we're being spoilt at the moment. There's some really, really good cars coming out. And we seem to constantly be saying we're impressed with things, but it's true. Back in the car, just in the shop, and it's all fitted in pretty well. It's not the biggest of boots. It does have a split level floor, so you can take the shelf out, which gives you an extra little bit of space. But when you're doing shopping and bits and bobs like that, it's nice to just be able to slide it in and not have to lift it too far over a lip. So that was really handy. A really useful feature, which I remember on the e2008, I think, is that it has wireless charging for your phone. So my phone is just down here doing its thing, doing a bit of a charge. So that's really good. Really like that. Right, I'm going home before everything defrosts. You say hello.
Hi.
Hello. Just picked up Florence from nursery. So now she can tell you what she thinks of the car. This is called a Peugeot e2008.
I like it, the red button and the TV with and that bit and the steering wheel.
Do you like the steering wheel? Why do you like the steering wheel?
Because it's got a lion on it.
It's got a lion. What does the lion say?
Wah!
Rawr. And Mummy's just been looking at the efficiency of the Peugeot e2008, and it's showing that we are doing 4.4 miles per kilowatt hour. So that is not bad, is it, Fluz?
No.
It's doing quite well. Do you think we could go a long way in this car?
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Do you think we'd be comfy?
Yeah.
Do you? Okay then. Right, I'm just about to go across a roundabout, so I'm just going to flip it into sport mode, just to see what the difference is and how it feels. Wow, okay, that is quite a big difference. I just put my foot on the accelerator and it, yeah, that's a difference. So let's see how that works, bear with. Okay, that's nippy. Yeah, there's quite a big difference. That is really fast. And I don't know if you remember in my my video about the Ioniq with Florence that I talked about how I didn't really like driving the Ioniq in sport mode because I found it it was just almost too responsive. I didn't find it an enjoyable ride, whereas this, I think once you were used to it, it's got that power and you can put your foot down and you really can take off, but it's not twitchy like the Ioniq was. So I'm just going to try it in normal mode. I'm guessing once you're used to these buttons you'll be able to do it without taking your eyes off the road. Okay, yeah, so you can really feel a difference as it drops into normal mode and then back into eco. I've just gone over a couple of speed bumps and the suspension's really good. It just took them in its stride and you barely knew you were going over them, so that's nice. Going over them in a Tesla is a bit of a different experience. The suspension's really hard and you have to go over it so slowly so that your teeth don't rattle. But that's really nice, and I just can't get over how smooth it is. It's just such a nice drive, and I know I keep saying it, but it's one of the best, most comfortable drives that I've had in a while. Good morning, I'm just returning the Peugeot e2008 and it's been a really nice experience, and I think this might have been another attempt by James to see if he can get me into another car and we can get rid of the Model 3. So he's really trying his best. At the end of every review, James always says to me, would you have one? And you know what? I think I probably would. It's a really nice car. James agrees. Florence generally agrees, apart from the red, no, what was it she didn't like? I can't remember now. But she likes the lion on the steering wheel anyway, so it's a win for her. So really the only thing that would stop me from wanting one of these is the keyless entry, but it's an optional extra, so you could pay for that and get it on. And I think we definitely would have that. It's just such a convenient feature. You don't have to go fishing about in your handbag or fishing about in your pockets if you're a man to try and find your keys and pull them out. And if you've got your hands full with Florences and shopping bags and various other things, it's just a really nice feature to have. So, oh, the other thing I don't like is these piano keys here, which James calls them. I don't know if that's their actual term, but that's what they look like. These piano key buttons. I'm not a massive fan of those, but it's not something that would stop me having the car. It's a really good size. It's enough for us with the buggy. It's enough, which we won't have forever. It's enough for us with the shopping. It's enough for us if we were going away. So yeah, I really do like it. Would I swap it for the Model 3? Or would I swap the Model 3 for it? I don't know. I don't know. Again, financially, yes, it makes sense, doesn't it? I guess. I think there'll be I think there's going to be some discussions, let's just say. But so far, out of all the cars that he's had me drive, with a view to us replacing the Model 3, this is definitely up there with one of my favourites. Right, well I think that's it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and follow us on Twitter @KatePhantom, and we'll see you again soon with another episode.